What's going on, everybody? Got a bit of news for you, and that is Leo is for sale. Yeah, that's right. Finally got her all done, and I'm selling her. Come on, let's take a little tour. Start off, retractable mirrors. Moving backwards on the driver's side is your fuel door, 24-gallon gas tank. You can get about 380 miles out of a full tank of gas. Newer tires, they only have about 11,000 miles on them. On the back, I've installed a ladder. This will help you get up top. If you're in snowy conditions, you need to knock snow off the roof. You need to knock snow off the solar panels. Very easy to climb up. This ladder is rated up to 225 pounds. You gotta be kidding me. Bagpipes? Really? For some reason, some guy's over there blowing bagpipes. We are in a park. I guess I can't really fault them. But really? You gotta blow bagpipes right now? On the back side, we've got double doors that open up to the garage. Moving forward, down the passenger side, there's the vent for the furnace and your big sliding door. When you first enter the van, you're greeted with this area right here. There's lots of hooks. You can hang up your coat. You can hang up a laundry bag. If you don't want to do that, you can put a surfboard in here. You can also take this area and get yourself a little portable toilet, slide it right in here, add a shower curtain up here, and you can now do your business in relative privacy. In the kitchen, we have a 2-burner propane stove and a kitchen sink with a piece of countertop over the sink to give yourself more space when you're cooking. Underneath the kitchen sink is a 7-gallon gray water tank. Just to the left of the gray water tank and under the countertop is a space for your cups, plates, saucepans, and skillets. Moving towards the back, to the right of the kitchen is a single-person bench seat and then the bed. This is a full-size bed. It's a full-size mattress. It's not narrow. You can fit 2 people on here very, very comfortably. There is no AC in the living part of the van. There is AC up in the dash, but I did not put AC back here. What I've done is I put in a fantastic fan. This fan will either draw air in from the outside or it'll push air from the van to the outside. Also, both at the head and the foot of the bed, there are windows. These open up, they are screened, and what I have done is during the summer when I've been sleeping in here is I'll open up both windows, I'll set the fan so it's pushing air out, and you get a very, very nice cross breeze. I'm a hot sleeper myself. I've been in here when it's been up to, I don't know, maybe 75, 80 degrees, and I've slept comfortably with the cross breeze going. Above the sink and bed are these 3 cabinets. Directly above the sink is where I would store my dry goods, and over the bed is where I would store my extra towels, sheets, and some clothing. Let's talk about this table. This table is on a locking mechanism so that it doesn't slide out as you're driving down the road. The table is on a set of 250-pound drawer slides. It's solid, it's not going anywhere. You can fit 3 people comfortably at this table, 2 people over on my side, and you can pull that piece of countertop off and fit a 3rd person in over on the single bench. When you're all done, you just clean it up, push it back in, lock it up like so, and off you go. All right, storage compartments. There's ample storage in this van. Underneath the 2-person bench seat is a large compartment. When I've gone out for backpacking trips, I have packed up my backpack and had it ready to go and just stuck it right here in this storage compartment. There's plenty of room left over, even with a large backpacking pack in there. The van comes equipped with a closet for all of your hanging clothes. Underneath the closet is a drawer for all of your cutlery, kitchen utensils, everything like that. That has a lock on it, so as you're going down the road, that won't pop open. And you have a chest refrigerator under here. That is on a 100-pound set of drawer slides. I've been out for, I think, up to 6 days, and between everything that I was able to fit into the refrigerator and also my dry goods, I didn't need to go to the grocery store at all. There's a privacy curtain located between the cockpit and the living space. You simply pull it. This is a blackout curtain. I would recommend keeping it closed if you're going to be sleeping in here and you have the furnace on. There's no reason to heat up front while you're back here. Conversely, I'd have it closed while you're driving if you're running the AC or the heat up front. Again, it just keeps things a little warmer up there, keeps you more comfortable up there. The great thing about this garage space is it is completely open. So you could slide a kayak in here. You could also use this as a secondary sleeping area. I've slept down here one night when a buddy and I went on a backpacking trip. The night before, we got to the trailhead. He slept up there in the bed. I threw an air mattress down here, slept down here. My son has also slept down here. The other nice thing is this actually doubles as a pickup truck. You can fit a 12-foot piece of lumber right in through here and still close the doors. On the passenger side of the van is your fresh water system. This rig comes equipped with a 21-gallon fresh water tank. The fill is actually located right here underneath the bed. You open the door to get to the fill. Water tank runs through the pump and then into the sink in the kitchen. That is the only water that this rig is equipped with. There is no flush toilet and there is no shower in this van. There is also no hot water. It is strictly a cold water system. What I've done is when I need water for dishes is I'll put some in a pan, heat it up on the stove, dump it into the sink, do my dishes. It works out just fine. If I find that I need a bit of a sprucing up on the road, I'll heat some water in a pan, put it in the sink, little soap and a rag. I'll just give myself a sponge bath, and that works too. If you want a cold water shower, you can take the nozzle from the sink, pull it outside of the rig. It is long enough, and you can give yourself a wash off that way. On the driver's side of the garage is the electrical system. There are two 175 watt solar panels up on the roof. Comes out to 350 watts of solar. What that does is goes into the charge controller, which then charges up the deep cycle marine battery that I have in here. There are two separate electrical systems on this rig. Your first is your 110 volt outlets. Those are run by a 1000 watt inverter located here in the garage, which you're able to turn on from inside the living space. These outlets will work running down the road. I have pulled over and thrown some things in a crock pot or an Instapot, turned on the inverter, plugged the crock pot in, gone down the road for a couple hours, pulled over, and boom, I've got dinner. It's cooked for me while I'm going down the road. I think that's a really neat feature of this van. Your second system in here is your 12 volt system, and that runs all the lights, it runs the refrigerator, it runs the water pump, it runs the blower for the furnace, and it runs the fantastic fan. There is more storage back here in the garage. On this side, you can fit a bike. You can take your front wheel off your bicycle, throw it there in the Thule front fork lock, and your bike will ride very securely going down the road. On the other side, you can use this area to, it would fit a climbing mat if you want. You could throw your tools back there. Again, there's ample storage in this van.
Seat. Underneath the single bench seat is the furnace. This is a RV furnace. It's designed to be in a RV, in a van. It's compact. It does the job of keeping this place warm very, very nicely. A companion and I have been in here, and it's gotten down probably into the mid-teens, and between the furnace and just a sheet and a top quilt, we stayed plenty warm all night long. Your controls for the furnace, the inverter, are right here. This is just a standard thermostat. It's digital, up and down. I wanted it close to the bed so that if you got a little bit cold at night, you didn't need to get out of bed to change the heat. You could just reach over, hit the buttons, the furnace kicks on for you. The second thing is the on-off switch for the inverter, which again is located in the garage underneath the bed. You simply turn it on there, and now all of your outlets have power. Both the furnace and the stove are run off propane. Your propane tank is right in here. The tank's on a long hose, so you can pull it out, and it's easier to work with when it's time to either refill the tank or just completely change the tank out. I have it on a 20-pound tank right now. This area will fit a 30-pound tank for your trips way up north in Alaska, or places where it might be tougher to get propane. You might want a little bigger tank. All right, here in the cockpit, you've got an auxiliary cigarette lighter. If you have a fuzz buster you want to plug in or something like that, you've got several USB ports that you can plug into. AM/FM stereo, obviously. This is also equipped with Bluetooth. You can get your text messages on here. You can run your smartphone all through this. It's got controls on the steering wheel to answer your phone, change the radio, all the bells and whistles. You've got heat, you've got AC. Also included in this particular van, which is not the case with every van, is there is cruise control. Very, very, very nice feature for long trips. I want to talk to you about these cushions for just a moment. The blue cushions that I have in here are just temporary. My seamstress is working on cushions custom made to these seats and to these dimensions. They're not quite done yet. I think they'll actually be done later today, and if they are, I will include pictures of them here in this video. But otherwise, when you do come to look at the van, you might see that the cushions are different. They're just a little bit bigger, a little bit thicker, a little bit more comfortable than the ones that I have in here. Hey everybody, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come along with me on this little van tour and allowing me to show off my work and everything that I've done with this. I am really super proud of everything that I've done here. You know, I've built cabinets before, I've built tables before, I've built beds before, I've done some electrical, I've done a little bit of plumbing. This is the first time where I have done pretty much everything on a project like this. I'm really proud of it. I'm really pleased with how it came out, and I'm really hoping that Leo will go to somebody who, you know, appreciates everything that I've done and who will just take this van and have a great time with it, go on adventures, you know, just kind of use it to enrich their life. At any rate, I just wanted to let you know this isn't the end of my van adventures. In fact, this is just the beginning. I've changed the name of the channel to A Man, A Van, A Plan, and there's a reason for that. We're not going to get into that here, but we are going to get into that later on in future videos. I've got a stealth camp planned for later on this week. That'll probably that video will probably drop in about a week after I get it edited and I'm able to get it up. And in that video, we're going to talk about why I'm moving on and what I am doing in the future. Until then, thanks a lot for coming. Keep adventuring, and we'll see you soon.